Hello, everyone. Welcome to Learning English with me. In this video, we're going to practice listening and reading to improve our English skills through a story. Alright, let's get started.
Monday, October 2nd. Dear Diary. Monday arrived with its usual grogginess. My alarm clock's shrill ring shattered my peaceful dreams at 6:30 a.m. The only solace was the promise of my morning coffee. That rich, aromatic brew is my lifeline, transforming me from a sleep-deprived zombie to a functioning human. Work was an absolute whirlwind. My inbox resembled a never-ending stream of emails. But with my trusty to-do list, I soldiered on. In the midst of this email avalanche, Mark, my cheerful colleague, stopped by my desk. He's a ray of sunshine on gloomy Mondays, always armed with a witty joke. His humor provided a much-needed laugh and a brief escape from the daily grind. In the evening, my friends and I gathered at our beloved Italian eatery for our weekly dinner ritual. We discussed office gossip, our latest crushes, and our dreams of world travel. Their laughter and support make the grind worthwhile. We shared a delightful spread of dishes, including savory pasta with creamy Alfredo sauce, a margarita pizza with a perfectly thin, crispy crust, and tiramisu for dessert. The food was heavenly, and we rated it a solid 10 out of 10 on the deliciousness scale. Tuesday, October 3rd. Dear Diary. Today was a bit more bearable on the work front. I conquered a report that had haunted my to-do list for weeks. Completing it felt like scaling Mount Everest, and I rewarded myself with a delectable chocolate chip cookie during my break. Sometimes, it's the little victories that matter most. After work, I decided to reignite my relationship with the gym. Neglecting exercise lately left me feeling sluggish, so I embarked on an hour of cardio. It was a sweaty, strenuous affair, but oh, the endorphins. They whispered promises of renewed energy and well-being. For dinner, I prepared a vibrant stir-fry brimming with colorful veggies. My attempt at healthier eating might be a work in progress, but I couldn't resist a small square of dark chocolate for dessert. A little indulgence never hurt anyone, right? Wednesday, October 4th. Dear Diary. Wednesday dawned with a daunting workload. The sheer volume of tasks threatened to overwhelm me, but I decided to shift my perspective. I chose to see it as my boss having faith in me, entrusting me with these responsibilities. With that mindset, I resolved to tackle the day head-on. In the evening, I joined my friend Sarah for a painting class. We attended a class on abstract art at a local art studio. The theme was emotions in color, and our instructor, Jane, guided us through the process of expressing our feelings through abstract paintings. It was a revelation to see how colors and brush strokes could convey a spectrum of emotions from joy to sadness, and everything in between. I decided to explore the emotions I'd experienced during the hectic workday. With bold strokes and vibrant hues, I painted a piece that seemed to capture the chaos and triumph of the day. Sarah's painting, on the other hand, reflected a serene sense of calm. It was fascinating to see how our interpretations of the same theme differed. The class not only taught me about abstract art but also served as a therapeutic release for the stress of my demanding job. It was a reminder that art has the power to heal and transform, even in the midst of life's chaos. Thursday, October 5th. Dear Diary. Thursday proved to be a mixed bag. Work was intense, and I found myself in a disagreement with a coworker over project details. It left a lingering sense of frustration, but I reminded myself that conflicts are part of life, and we'll navigate through it. Thursday unfolded with its usual hustle and bustle at work, but something exciting was brewing beneath the surface. After a particularly challenging day, I decided it was time to take a breather and de-stress. That's when I hatched a plan with my friend Emma. We both felt the need for a getaway to escape the daily grind and recharge our spirits. We brainstormed destinations and debated between the magic of Disneyland and the thrill of Universal Studios. As we chatted about the potential adventures and excitement awaiting us, our spirits soared. It was a much-needed ray of sunshine in the midst of our busy lives. In the evening, after our trip planning session, I indulged in some Netflix time. I realized how often I turn to it for relaxation and entertainment. The thought of a life without Netflix seems unimaginable. It's my go-to source for relaxation, laughter, and sometimes even a good cry. As I lay there, binging on my favorite series, I couldn't help but smile at the prospect of our upcoming trip with Emma. It was the perfect reminder that life is about balancing work and play, and I was eager for the adventures that lay ahead. Friday, October 6th, Dear Diary. Friday, the light at the end of the tunnel finally arrived. The work week had been grueling, with moments of exhaustion and weariness. However, there was a silver lining. As I delved into a challenging project, there were moments when everything fell into place, and progress was exceptionally satisfying. These were the moments when I felt a sense of accomplishment, a surge of joy that made me want to excel even more. When my boss acknowledged the strides we were making, it was like fuel for my motivation, propelling me forward with renewed determination. In the evening, I decided to unwind with a trip to the pub. My colleague, David, and I ventured there together. Over a couple of pints, we discussed everything from the latest office gossip to our shared love for hiking and outdoor adventures. Amid the laughter and camaraderie, we couldn't help but sneak in a bit of good-natured teasing about our boss's occasional quirks. It lightened the mood and added a touch of humor to our conversation. As I reflected on the day, I realized that even in the midst of a demanding work environment, there were moments of triumph and connections with colleagues that made it all worthwhile. Here's to finding joy in both the small victories and the camaraderie of the workplace. Saturday, October 7th, Dear Diary. The weekend, a time for relaxation and indulgence. I started my day at a leisurely pace, savoring breakfast with fluffy pancakes drenched in syrup and adorned with fresh, juicy berries. It was a luxurious treat that set the tone for a relaxed day. In the afternoon, I wandered through a local art gallery. Art has a way of transporting me to different worlds, and I left feeling inspired and rejuvenated, ready to face the week ahead. For dinner, I decided to experiment with a new recipe, a creamy mushroom risotto. It was a delightful challenge, and the result exceeded my expectations. A satisfying culinary adventure indeed. Sunday, October 8th, Dear Diary. Sunday, the day of rest and reflection. I allowed myself the luxury of a few extra hours of sleep before embracing the day. Brunch consisted of fluffy omelets, crispy bacon, and freshly squeezed orange juice. It was a slow, indulgent meal that eased me into the morning. The afternoon led me to a local art gallery, where I immersed myself in creativity once more. The world's worries faded as I marveled at the artist's expressions on canvas. In the evening, I connected with my family through a video call. The laughter and shared stories bridged the miles that separate us. It's moments like these that remind me of the importance of family bonds. As I conclude this week, I'm filled with gratitude for the blend of challenges, adventures, and cherished moments that define my life. Here's to another week of navigating the roller coaster of work, embracing the joys of friendship, and savoring the sweet moments of everyday life. Thank you for listening to the story today. Next time, I'll share even more exciting stories. Would you consider subscribing to my YouTube channel?